Today I want to talk about canna propagation. You can do it two ways, either through rhizomes, these ones, which you dig up in the winter beforehand, because otherwise if they freeze, they die, or you collect seeds. But today we're going to be focusing on propagation through seed. Really, really easy, and you know what, within no time, well, you have to, within a few weeks, you have new plants.
They produce loads of these seed pods, so these are the ones, they're not viable yet. But once they start looking like this, and they're opening up, and you can see the black seed inside, that's the time when you harvest the seeds.
These are the seeds you'll get. They have an impenetrable shell, or cover, around them. They look sort of like bullets you would put into a shotgun. I'm not quite sure if you can kill someone with canna seeds, but you know what? It'll be a cute idea. Riding on your unicorn, shooting people with canna seeds. Anyway, you need to scar the seed for the propagation to take place. So what you do, or what I find is the easiest way, with this thing, I'll show you that in a second, and a saw. The thing about these seeds, it's quite amazing, but they're pretty uniform in size. Hence, I made myself a little tool, because I am a tool. To be able to open up the shell, I use a hacksaw. So more or less, you go over like this. But because of the fact that I've done this a few times and I cut my fingers, I made this. So it's basically, just a piece of wood with a hole in it. And again, as I said, the seeds are pretty much uniform size, so you can have the seed in here. You could hold it like that, cut it. So what I do is put the seed in there, hold it, and scar it like so. Or if you're more adventurous, you can do it this way. I'm not quite sure exactly if you can see this, but see the little white, you see the white in there? That is the inside of the seed. So once you see the white, that is all you need to do, and then you put them into water and let them sit for a few days. Obviously you can put them straight into the soil and water it and keep it warm, but I like to put them into water first, because then you can actually see which ones have germinated and which ones have not. And then they would look like this. See? There. That thing. That is obviously the time when they should go into the ground. As I said, you can put them in without, but you know what? I'm one of these people. If I don't know whether the seeds germinate or not, I start prodding in the soil and thinking, listen, what the fuck's going on? Are you doing? Are you growing? And so, yeah, I'm very impatient. Because this is the amount of seeds I used to begin with. These have been in the water exactly the same amount of time as the other ones have. They're germinated. So we're talking about, I think it's about 20 seeds here that have germinated, and then there is about another, 20 or 30 odd seeds they haven't. And if I would have put them in the ground, then I would be impatient, then I would dig them up, and then I would ruin them. You know what, so I'm just not one of these people that can do that. So what I do, I cut them. So just to briefly recap, you can either use L tool, or this way, L tool, drill a little hole, pop in the seed, and then you cut. And then you tend to have to go like that, because obviously I could put another little hole in there and push them out, but that's just way too much work. Or you can hold them in your hand and scar them this way. I mean, obviously you can use nail files, not nail files, but you can use wood files as well. I have done that before, but just make sure that you don't go too deep. So as soon as you see the white of the inside of the seed, that is it. That's all you need, because then the water can actually penetrate, to germinate. So once you've done that, then the seed will see some action. Otherwise, beforehand, there's going to be no action. No penetration. Anyway, I'm really warm. I'm very hot. And not in a sexy kind of way. Yeah. So what I use to plant them in is just one of these things, They come like that. You've got the inserts. I poked holes in them, obviously, because no plants like sitting in water unless they're aquatic plants, and this is not the case here. You put them in there, and you got a lid on it, which is perfect. Once you plant the seeds, they really need to be kept warm. I'm not talking hot, but warm. Round about, 22 degrees or something like that. I don't know. Well, the thing is, as I said, itchy nose. Oh, damn it. What I do is I place them, put them into here, and then place this on top of the radiator. Obviously with a lid on it, and then if there is any sun to be had, then, you know, put them in the sun. Again, keep the seeds as warm as you can. So, let's plant. Oh yeah, the other thing, the soil I'm using is here, Anzuchterde. It's basically, you know, soil for seeds. Anzucht, the German word you could learn. Anyway, soily planting. And this is pretty much it. 24 seeds planted, all have germinated, and now we just hope that really they're all going to grow into plants too. Obviously, next stage is water it. A lid on top of the radiators again, so that they have some heat from the bottom. And then, within a few weeks, we should have plants. And if we don't, I'll be pissed. I will. Anyway, so I'm going to show you what's going to happen within the next few weeks. Well, I'm going to show you once actually something grows. Then we can move on. Otherwise, it's if you're just looking at soil is rather tedious and boring in any way. So, that's it. I have nothing else. No. Thanks for watching. Nothing better than a margarita at lunchtime. It's a week later, and I just wanted to show you something. You know the way I planted the seeds in the little thing? Recap in that? Jane?
Sorry, I'm trying to cut it down.
TV. Anyway, this is to the day 1 week later. I mean, look at this. The way they're just jumping out of the ground. So all I did really was, you know, had the lid on and put them on the radiator and water them ever so often. So obviously when they get the heat from the bottom, you know, then they grow a little quicker. But this is like pretty quick. Great, isn't it? I just wanted to give you that quick update because you know what? I'm surprised how quickly they grow. That's it.